Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I've got some bad news about Call of Duty Mobile. I was completely 100% and totally wrong about the microtransactions being cosmetic only. As many of you pointed out in my Battle Pass video, I did not click the weapon camos and hit the More Info button, because when you do that, you'll see that some of the paid guns, most of them actually, come with built-in perks kind of like Destiny weapons. Get a double kill, reload instantly, get a bullet back in your magazine for killing, sprint faster off spawn, stuff like that. This means that you can just spend money and get better versions of the weapon that you're currently using. A system like this would of course be pay to win, which makes me sad to the very bottom of my heart, because I try to be optimistic about new Call of Duty products, and when I first played Call of Duty Mobile, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was an absolute banger of a mobile game, and I was looking forward to making content on it, but now I'm not so optimistic and I don't want to participate in pay-to-win games, but there's still hope. I'm going to hold on to that optimism because there is a way out of this for Tencent and the community, but first, let's go over the available guns and prices and gun perks so that we're all on the same page about what I'm talking about here. I'm here at the homepage of Call of Duty Mobile, rotating my character, and let's take a look at my loadout. I have a plain Jane AKS-74U with no attachment, but you will immediately notice that I have two M4s, the regular and the M4G series, which is blue or uncommon, and if you see those little perks underneath it, we have increased movement speed for 3 seconds upon respawning, so I can just run out of my spawn real quick, and I get more experience from using it. Now, more experience kind of a perk doesn't really bother me, but the sprint faster on respawn will. Here, weapon kills, increased reload speed. These are all weapons that we unlock through leveling, so thankfully these aren't super exclusive or difficult to get. You will get these as you level up, though this one's kind of crazy. Enemies that are hit will receive 15 burn damage every 2 seconds for 4 seconds, and this effect can only be triggered once every 15 seconds. So that is a weapon that you can unlock that will literally burn your enemies alive when you hit them, just like the incendiary shells from Call of Duty World War II. Thankfully, it was a free one. This one is not. Weapon kills increase movement speed if you want to pay for it on the Striker. For the AKS-74U, it's a similar thing. For $16, you can get weapon kills, increased reload speed, and you can compare it to the base version like this. Now, thankfully, if you look at the numbers, all of the numbers are the same for damage, accuracy, range, yada yada, but one of these weapons gets faster reloads on kill and more experience, and the other one just kind of does not. So that's definitely getting toward pay to win territory. This one was kind of weird. This is a $16 weapon that I can pay for that's identical to the weapon that I got for free. I guess in this case I would just pay for the camo and not anything else, but it was still kind of strange to see two M4s with the exact same specs. Now, moving along, I want to take a look at the store. You have a lot of crazy options in the store. Another $16 one, the HG40. Pretty similar, weapon kills, increased reload speed, and as I go through a lot of these, you'll see that most of these perks aren't the craziest thing. Like running faster on respawn for a little bit isn't like the most impactful thing in the game in any capacity. But there are some other ones, like the burn ones, or here's a great one. Weapon kills grant a 40% chance to reload one bullet to the magazine. It's close to 50, so it's kind of a sniper rifle that you just get bullets back for popping people with, so you don't have to reload, so you continue to scope in and reload or spam with more bullets in your magazine than other people would have, which I would say would be objectively unfair, and these burn weapons concern me as well. Here's another one, the ribbon explosion that burns people if you hit them. So if you got somebody weak and they ran around the corner, they could burn to death and die. As we move into the $800 zone, not $800, $8 zone, 800 COD points, you'll notice that these only have one perk. The cheaper weapons only have one perk. Now, to be fair, the other ones was just experience boost, but the cheaper ones kind of don't have that. We're in the Battle Pass now, and I'm checking to see which weapons have perks and not. The knives don't, and it's really important to note that you get credits for free on the top tier. That'll come back around later. These credits are super important to remember because this is how you access the other store. Here's one in the Premium Battle Pass. Weapon kills increase movement speed, so you can sprint around faster than other people. That's kind of kind of frustrating. Thankfully, it's only a 10% increase. It's like temporary lightweight. In the level 60, you get the AS-M10, or basically AK with racing stripes, that has 2 perks compared to the M16 that has 1. So the paid tier literally gets a better weapon, albeit in this case they have the same perk with only a difference in the player experience. You get a weapon in the free tier, no perks. I guess that's just a bonus for playing a whole lot and leveling up. And then finally, all the way down at the end on level 100, the paid tier gets the first purple weapon I've ever seen, or legendary, which has 3 perks: a huge 10% XP increase, greatly increases weapon firing range. I'm not sure what that means. I assume it means no damage drop off, and you get, like, your kills are broadcasted with effects. My assumption on that is that I get to just sort of like blast out some sort of noise or some sort of cool like Halo grunt pop or something that is cosmetic. Now when you look at this, 2 of those perks are cosmetic, one of them really is not. One of them is a huge difference. And finally, in the free store, this is where you earn your free in-game credits. You have 2 purple weapons that are both similar to the AK. The AS-M10 greatly increases weapon firing range, and this is one that you can unlock for free by grinding for, and the HG40 double kills instantly refill the magazine, which is, that's an extremely powerful perk. That's a Destiny-like perk. That one is also available for free, albeit behind a very large wall of grinding. If you've made it this far into the video, you're probably some mix of fuming mad and depressed. That's exactly how I felt the first time I took a look at all of this, because I don't like pay-to-win games. And buying better weapons for multiplayer is just 100% nonsense, and in my opinion, makes the game pay-to-win. So then why would you say earlier that you're still hopeful? Why are you still even interested in this game? Well, if you paid close attention to the little segment I just went over, there are several free weapons that you can get that are quite good. The Battle Pass ones are honestly a little bit subpar, but the biggest difference between them is that the perks they come with don't include an experience boost, but the free in-game currency ones are both purple legendaries and both quite good, and you get a burn weapon just for leveling up. And they have good perks. They have good, fun perks that compete with the best of the paid weapons. This means that there is now, or I'm unsure about the timing of this, or maybe in the future, a reasonable way for non-paying players to get good loot. If free players can get competitive weapons with reasonable amounts of grinding, then the game isn't pay to win. It's more like pay for options, like League of Legends or Paladins with their champions and heroes. You can get a whole ton of them and you can have better options, but one isn't inherently better than the other. Call of Duty is a game which, as we know it, is a game of unlocking weapons and trying new weapons out. That's the big goal that most people have in CoD, is to level up and get all the new guns, or to go through the battle pass, or to get the new DLC guns, or yada yada. And getting better variant weapons started in Advanced Warfare and continued through Infinite Warfare, but was generally unpopular with the community. Some people loved it though. Some people loved collecting all the variants and the little things, and this mobile game feels a lot more like that. The only difference is that for Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare, you were primarily looking at, actually Infinite Warfare was more like perks. Advanced Warfare had a lot of stat changes, good and bad, lower range, higher rate of fire. They would be different kinds of weapons. Infinite Warfare was the one that really had the perks built into the weapons, and Call of Duty Mobile might be a game more akin to Infinite Warfare or Advanced Warfare and the microtransactions, in that it's a game of collecting the best weapon variants to use instead of just collecting all the best microtransactions and like neatest goodies, like the cosmetic microtransactions is what I was trying to say. I would still definitely prefer that Call of Duty Mobile be cosmetic only. Cosmetic only is just 100% the way to go with any free-to-play game. It makes more money than anything else, but apparently Tencent disagrees. And as such, it can still be manageable if free players can compete. If I can play this game and get decent stuff for free, then it isn't just entirely unfair. Buying weapons that just deal more damage or have tons more good perks or do crazy stuff that I can't access no matter how much I play is unfair. And it's also unfair if it's like, well, you can get this gun if you don't mind playing for like 200 hours this month. No, that's ridiculous. That's a full-time job and then some. So I'm currently really afraid of where the game is going. I'm smiling because I'm trying so hard to keep this optimism up because I like CoD Mobile and I want to play it. But I'm scared. I want this game to be great, but I'm afraid that it's going to go toward the pay-to-win direction. However, I await the final full game release before I pass judgment. Guys, that is all for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out. And enjoy my few minutes of padding so I can get this video over 10 minutes long.